it's a comp time bill. What would it do? What is your intention here?
The intention is to provide flexibility to families, to mostly small businesses. As you know, it only affects businesses with gross sales of less than $500,000 because that's due to the 1938 Fair Labor Standards Act. And it's really just to provide that flexibility. When we did this at my company, we had employed a lot of single parents, and of course we did it unknowingly, illegally, but the employees loved it. If they knew they had a doctor's appointment coming up, or maybe they just wanted to take a day off with their kids. Their kids had a Monday off of school or a Friday for a teacher in service day, rather than having to find a babysitter or something like that. They could work overtime, bank it. We had a section on the time card of banked overtime, and then the next week, and they could take that day off, still be paid for 40 hours, and not have to work. And it was a system that worked wonderfully. And when we had to stop, they were pretty upset over it.
So the basic gist here is they would be able to take, instead of getting paid time and a half, they would be able to take the extra hours that they work, to take the time off as comp time.
Correct. They work, if you work 4 days in the week, that's 32 hours. You take off Friday. You've only worked 32 hours that week, but you get paid 40 because you had worked 8 hours as overtime in a previous week.
There's a press conference coming up here. The Democrats are going to be criticizing this bill. It's 11, whatever. I think their gist is that this is an attempt to eliminate overtime in the state of Ohio. Is that your intention?
Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, it's my intention to provide a family-friendly atmosphere that is flexible, that works both for the employee and the employer. It's really employee-driven, and that if I work 44 hours, if the employee works 44 hours in the week, they could choose to take 2 hours overtime where they would be paid time and a half, and bank the other 2 hours to be used at a later date. The 1938 Fair Labor Standards Act already exempts collective bargaining units and public employers. So this is something, it's not a new practice. It's something that's done every day. My staff here at the State House, all of their staffs here at the State House can work overtime and get that comp time at that same 1-to-1 ratio, just like our bill is proposing.
Could employers force the employee to take comp time instead of overtime, or is this totally the worker's choice?
This is totally the employee's choice, and it requires an agreement to be reached ahead of time as to what the policy is going to be. But like I said, the intention and the way that I had done it was that it was up to the employee. They marked on their time card, 40 hours worked at regular time, 2 hours overtime, and 2 hours comp time. We called it bank. Put 2 hours in the bank to be used later, and they had overtime that they wanted to be paid for. We paid the time and a half.
Is there a time frame from when they would have to use the comp time? Did they have to do it within the pay period?
The bill, no, not within the time. It's within a 12-month period.
12 months, okay, within a year, okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any idea how many businesses this would affect? You said under 500,000 in bills.
It's a small number, but I know if you talk to like the NFIB, a lot of their members are small businesses that this would affect, and that's why I think they had testified in as a proponent of the bill, and so 85% of the businesses in this country are small businesses. So they could. I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I'm sure that there's a good number of them.
Okay. Do you expect this on the floor next week? Is this going to get above the line quickly?
I would hope so. I would hope so. But again, I can't speak for Speaker Batchelder.
Okay.